Thank you, Luis. Thank you for being here. My topic is an overview of the project. There is some superimposition with the presentation made by Carlo, so I will try to be fast. This is our logo. I think it came with us along the experience, which is going to end very soon. And I want to also emphasize the presence of the www.npat.eu website, which is precious for all of us that participated into the project, and also open to other people that want to address. And this was actually the work by Eureka and Valentina is here also today with us. So the NPAT name is Nephrology Partnership for Advancing Technology in Healthcare. That was an idea that was raised by Professor Gesualdo. I remember a long time ago when he called me and he said, I have this idea of doing something practical for European fellows. And we put together a team. Actually, I tried to address and suggest some universities and people that are here now in this room to join, and this is how it was formed. And the project was actually recognized by the European Union as of interest, and that's how everything started. So I want again to go through the goals. One is refreshing the clinical scope of nephrology and promote the nephrology careers at the European Union level. Developing a multidisciplinary education path with patient-centered approach, focusing on interventional nephrology. And fostering the knowledge transfer between academia and business sector in order to tackle risk management in healthcare. I'm very glad to tell you that during these 2 years, starting from Anais in Barcelona, that was already a great reality, but also in Milan, we have developed technology for simulation training, and MedPat in Bari as well. So we have now 3 companies that are developing out of this project. I think this is a very outstanding result, and we will work in agreement in the expansion, because there is such a great need of simulation training, and these realities will offer not only the simulation training tools, but also the diffusion of the culture that comes out of the NPAT project. You already saw how it is composed. I just want to emphasize that the idea of having fellows from the specific university traveling to other points of the network during the hands-on training was absolutely great, so that there was a continuous interchange between the participant, and I'm sure that friendships that will last for a lifetime will come out of this project. I want also to emphasize that in addition to the university, we have the supporting institutions, the 2 scientific societies. One is VAS. We are here at the VAS meeting for this reason. And the other one is the European Renal Association. And then Eureka, as we say in Italian, I think also in Greece, but the Eureka in English, from Luca, has done the networking and the preparation of all the educational activities. And EMAC in Genoa provided assistance with the hands-on training. In this paper from ASDIN, which was published in 2020, Dr. Niar and Dr. Bitter, which, by the way, I saw in this meeting, just to show how this community is strictly interacting all the time, presented kind of a overview of interventional nephrology in the past, the present, and the future. And what they emphasize about the future is that there are these 3 points in the visual abstract. Nephrology training program should include vascular access knowledge and training experience. The second point is that it's important in the future to train the trainer. And the third one, development of facilities designed, equipped, supplied, and staffed for the management of dialysis access. So NPATH actually is addressing this issue, and it is actually it's very centered in what the future of interventional nephrology is. We already saw the 4 curricula that we followed, and also how the methodology was developed. I just want to now give you an overview of the class, and I want to emphasize that although there were 8 universities, but the call was open to all the fellows in Europe. So we had some of the participants that were not exactly working in one of the 8 universities, but were accepted during the evaluation of the applications that were sent. For example, in my own unit, Raquel, who is now here at the table and was very active in our group, comes from Spain, but is officially an Italian fellow for the project. So we already saw also this one. So what is the potential impact of the NPATH exchange educational program in our nephrology community? NPATH will deliver a clinical exchange experience through a process of transformative learning. And although the learning program will be the same, has been the same actually, sorry, because this was a slide was prepared at the beginning of the project. So was the same for all participants. During the hands-on training session, they were indeed immersed, as we predicted, in cultural systems different from their own, gain an increased global perspective, and enhance the clinical and cultural competency. And this is my final slide with a few snapshots of our fellows just learning, and I think also enjoying themselves in the different groups of hands-on training sessions that we had. And that was my last slide. Thank you very much for your attention.